as what I titled this. Yeah, it's been a little rough, but not so rough, right? I mean, the macro news has been a little back and forth, pretty volatile. This week was interesting. I just got back from smoking a cigar and having like a couple beers by myself to digest all the information. It's been a rough week, but we're pulling through. We're pulling through. How you guys feeling?
I feel amazing because I have more conviction than most major investors right now. I saw this tweet. I'm looking for it right now from Simon Diedick, I think it was. Maybe it was somebody else.
I know who Simon is. Yeah, I think all of us do.
I mean, I don't know him personally, but like he made this tweet about. This is it. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. He made this tweet, and I thought it was so interesting because it's kind of relative to the entire crypto space. You guys tell me if you can see my screen or not.
Yeah, I got it pulled up. We're good. Yeah, there you go.
So just got off a call with some very well-known crypto VCs in the space, and at some point, one of them surprisingly said, "We don't touch any token investments at the moment. Plus, we're not willing to take on any vesting risk anymore. The token market has never been as terrifying as it is today." Now, we talk about this a lot relative to what's going on in DePIN. Like a lot of folks will consider this like an altcoin sector, whatever. But it is insane to me that even VCs who are arguably taking on the most risk when analyzing projects, seeing what kind of aptitude they have for the long term, evaluating founders, evaluating the strength of a network, and this is just one, right? So we can't just be labeling all crypto VCs, but like one of many well-known crypto VCs is saying that they're not touching token investments anymore. We talked about this in our chat a little bit, but if you guys want to expand here, like what are we thinking about this? This is maybe not something that we should just kind of scoff at or dismiss. Investor confidence is maybe as low as it's ever been right now.
Yeah.
I think it's important to point out he says at the moment, by the way, in there.
Yeah.
That's important. I look, 2025, I think we need to to be honest with ourselves. Rough year. A lot of people got washed out, but 1010 especially, there's a lot of trust broken. A lot of trust broken. It's going to take time for that to be rebuilt, man. Yeah. Like, there's no doubt about it. We saw something similar, like with FTX, right? It took quite a while for trust to be rebuilt. So, not to say that we won't see pockets move, but I think it's certainly going to take time. It's not just a liquidity thing. Like, liquidity is part of it, for sure. But there's a lot of people that got burned really bad last year that some will never come back. I think the one thing we have going for us is that we only had very small percentage of the population was penetrated to begin with. So there's still a lot of potential people to come into this space. But for real, like there are a lot of 2025 was a really bad year, man. When everything was supposed to be really good. And so I
think it's the most bullish news we've had like in 2025. And I mean, honestly, there's throughout the year, there's just like bullish news after bullish news after bullish news, but like the most negative sentiment towards the end. And I think 1010 had a huge part to play. I also think there's that new shiny thing syndrome, with like AI being like a hot investment now, and a lot of VCs moving their interest and their capital along with it to these hot new AI investments, whether it be stocks or maybe some other crypto tokens too, private equity.
I think that's fair. I mean, you look at the risk reward, like SanDisk is moving.
I saw that, bro.
Growing like 20x. You've got gold and silver going parabolic. I mean, like the risk reward, that's the one thing about crypto is like back in the day, like that was the one thing that you could get crazy outlandish like returns on, but it was risky. And now it's like everything else is moving like altcoins used to without like the inherent risk. Like why people are looking at crypto like, why take on the risk if everything else is outperforming? So I think there's some of that too.
And did crypto actually build anything?
That's the
besides Pump Fund and in Polymarket, no.
They built in their own little space over here and moved volume around and then called that growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the tokenomics are appealing at this point. I don't think we really have a tokenomics model that's working greatly outside of Bitcoin.
I would argue GeoNet.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well,
aside from DePIN network,
the 99.9, and then we go to the DePIN, and then we have a few tokenomic models that could work or should work.
Yeah, the vast majority of crypto is complete bullshit. I mean, look at the L1s that aren't getting usage that have like crazy valuations. Like there's some wild stuff out there, man.
Oh, Charles made a great message. He goes, "We were so focused on governance first before we made smart contracts awesome," or something along those lines. So I'm like, so you basically built a governance system, a tokenomics system, and now you're worried about its actual functionality of the whole network. And we're how many years into this? Like,
and they've been around since like what 2017, I think, Cardano, right? Like,
yeah, like he's an Ethereum founder, right? Like one of those guys. And like, anyway, and then we have not that ETH. I'm gonna slam ETH a little bit. It's not that ETH is any better because now they're like, oh, we're gonna make our L1s a little bit cheaper and faster to use. So there's now less volume on L2s. It's now going to L1s or something along those lines. And now they're like, oh, we're getting a lot more volume on this. It's doing so much better. But it's all the same volume. It's just now going to L1 versus L2, from what I understand.
I think there have been some decent innovations so far. I mean, we saw, I think it was yesterday or today, Ondo Finance announced that we got a ton of stocks that have been tokenized.
Yep.
I mean, I saw a big list: IBM, Microsoft, Tesla, just tons of stocks that are available on Solana and Ethereum.
Yep.
So the notion of RWA is also. Brian, you made a comment like just a few minutes ago, which is like what has been built, and quite frankly, not a ton. Again, DePIN excluded, not a ton, but the rails themselves has proven to be of interest to the institutions. Mm-hmm. And the question now becomes like, I remember in 2021, news like this, like the New York Stock Exchange coming on chain, like saying that they're going to be tokenized, 24/7 instant settlement, all the good stuff. Worldwide access, that would have ripped markets in 2021. I mean, the most face melting thing ever. And now, we take a 3% dip. Take it on the chest. Like,
yeah. Well, here's my worry, Fez. Here's my worry. We did all the foundational work, right? All the foundational work has been done. You're right. The rails have been built. We've proven the rails work. But now my worry is that these big corporations with billions of dollars in revenue are going to go through and they're going to just build their own rails internally, or they already have, and they're going to use that. They don't want to be on these public blockchains. They just want to use their own internal rails because they know it works now. We proved it. They can reiterate upon what's already been done, and they don't have to worry about the tokenomics of the global everything. They can just use it internally. So that would be my worry, and kind of looking like they might actually just be doing that.
I gotta see if I can find you this tweet. I don't know if you guys follow Gwardy Wart. He's fucking hilarious on Twitter, but every now and then I should say he spits bars pretty often, but he had this tweet from I don't know how long ago where it was like, could you imagine if we spent all this time building crazy infrastructure on public blockchains, and super interesting stuff just for Robinhood to come in and build their own private chain and take all the money.
What's happening?
No, that's happening.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. Yeah.
And they get all the benefit of it. They don't, it's not public, so nobody can see what's going on.
Technically it's built on Arbitrum, but I guess the question would be how much value really goes to Arbitrum and ETH, like from Robinhood using Arbitrum architecture.
I don't know, man. But it's like what Suburban always says. We let the fox into the hen house, man.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, like the regulatory environment's going to be good. I actually think it'll be good for DePIN, because it's going to give us clarity. It's going to separate out the bullshit, hopefully. And I think that people that are actually building something real will get recognition, which would be great. I think there's nothing more frustrating. Like 2024, like we had a nice run up. We had a lot of retail in there, but I know a lot of builders were like really frustrated that everyone was just focused on meme coins. No one, and they're still like, I remember after the meme coin washout, everyone's like, well, where's the utility? Why is nothing being built? It's like, bro, we've been talking about projects that are building something real for the last 2 years, 3 years. Like, come on, man. So I think that's actually bodes well. But again, I think the 10-10 thing, people are going to look back at that and they're going to realize like how big of a deal that really was. And the time, like, we knew there was some crazy shit that happened, but then you start realizing like how big the washout was and how many people got wrecked in that event. So
Shame.
it is a shame. It is a shame. And honestly, like, overall, I think long-term net positive with Trump in office for crypto, but I will say short-term, the
Pain.
Trump coin, Melania.
Melania specifically, I think if it was, sorry to interrupt you, but like if it was just Trump coin, I think we probably would have been okay. Honestly, I think we would have been okay. The fact that Melania pulled up and was like, "Hey, let's take all this."
The best coin. Here's my wife's coin.
My coin is the best. Hers is gonna be the second best.
She has the most beautiful coins ever. I've seen them.
That crushed alts, man. It really did.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Which makes no sense. But the narrative right now is prediction markets, right?
Yeah. I mean, here's why it makes sense. Like, most alts were retail. Everything that ran the last year was mostly institutional bid. Like, look at Bitcoin, look at Ethereum, look at Solana towards the end of the year. Like, all of that was institutional bidding. There's no institutional bidding on DePIN and small caps. Like,
of course not.
And, not yet, at least, because there hasn't been a regulatory environment for that. So when all the retail got wrecked, and then you got to think, it wasn't just Trump and Melania coin. It was also Argentina and their freaking coin, dude.
Yep.
That was like the end where everyone's like, dude, we're done.
Yeah.
And that's where like so many people were like, I think a lot of people lost. Some people made money on Trump and Melania, but then it dropped. I think a lot of people were like winning big on the Argentina one to try to like make money back.
Yeah.
And then they got so wrecked. And from there, we couldn't catch a bid, So like the question is now this year, is retail going to come back? I mean, I think there's a thesis for it. I mean, what do you guys think for 2026?
I was just on Instagram today, and one of my favorite creators, Danger Bean, if you guys know who he is, hilarious. He did a crypto tangential ad. And as I'm looking through the comments, bro, it's tons of people just shitting on him. Like, hey, bro, we love you, but this crypto shit ain't it. Like, that shit's a scam. Don't touch that shit. I think people are as done as ever with crypto. I think if you tell people you work in crypto, I think if you tell people you like crypto, you tell it's like an interesting technology, like
I think if the crypto's available on things like Robinhood, or like if it's available on like a Fidelity platform, that those tokens will be fine to a degree, where you have like liquidity there, you have access. But like, I think the days of people new retail downloading phantom wallets and like, trading these meme coins on dexes, like, I think that it might not be over, but it's like, it's down bad. It's real down bad. I don't know if it can recover to the same levels that it used to have.
Mm-hmm.
I think DePIN was kind of a shining opportunity to have some, like, especially like Helium, to have that box you put in that serves a purpose. You get paid out consistently and enough to make it worthwhile. And right now it's looking a little grim on that. But you have, as William dies on that.
Yeah.
But I think that's what people need to hear. The stories of success in crypto is what drove people into crypto. And right now it's just blood in the streets. And until we get some projects actually spiking up and being successful, the only ones that are going to benefit are the institutions that are just reiterating what's already been done and using it internally because it benefits them. So
fair.
Yeah.
Lost the plot a little bit.
Yeah.
We kind of
I feel like especially in DePIN, like I feel like once we get more network effect and more revenue, and obviously like Brad said with like, the Clarity Act among other regulations, like when those finally show up and there's like a path to investing, I think that is where we'll see a lot of growth, hopefully. But until then, like if I'm an institutional investor, why the fuck would I gamble on crypto when I can just like invest in these speculative AI companies and have one, it's easier for me to do so. Two, there's a ton of upside, and I get the protections of investing in stocks rather than tokens too. It's like there's a lot of pros to doing that as opposed to going to gamble on a random meme coin or a token that like some kid in the basement just fucking made. And it's like, good luck. Like, I'm hoping for the best, you know, like.
Well, by the time you hear about it, it's generally too late.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. Everybody's, once you've done 2 or 3, you know, you listen to what Tyler tells you to do and you freaking lose. You know,
Tyler, we still love you, brother.
Oh, he's not on here to defend himself.
Yeah, it's fucked up. We can't do that, dude. We can't do that.
he has no defense.
Here's a
He's
contract.
just like,
man.
hey guys,
He's a
check
CA,
this out.
bro. He's a CA.
All right, I'm gonna put $100 into
I mean,
it.
Jay,
Like,
to be fair,
45
some of the
minutes later,
CAs
it's
he
worth
posted
30.
were fantastic.
Average.
So props to Tyler for those. I see what you're sharing here, Brad. Here.
What about this though? Russell
Oh,
2000.
I like that.
This is
I like
news.
How about the
All right,
Russell
Brad,
2000?
go off, King. Come on. Help me cope. Come on.
All right, so I don't disagree with any of what you guys just said. Like, I think we do need to be realistic about like what to expect this year, right? But I will say, risk on seems to be coming back here. The Russell 2000 breaking out to new all-time highs, and not just a breakout, but this is like, I mean, we're seeing some serious price action. This has historically been a really good sign for alts. This is, you know, obviously small caps are running. Like, this is led the way. We've seen Ethereum, we've seen other altcoins follow suit. We also just had QT end. We're starting to see liquidity re-enter the scene, so that's a good thing. And then you look at like gold, and I mean, just look at the market cap of gold, man.
Gold hit 4,900
Bro.
per ounce. Insane.
Bro.
Silver also just outperformed. I mean, bro, imagine you could have bought gold and silver 2 years ago, and instead you held Ethereum.
Yeah, cattle too. Cattle did really well.
It's absolutely true. Like, I have a play in silver, and I think this last year was obviously a very, I don't know. It was an awakening moment. Like, you need to have a lot of diversification. Okay. But like gold, just to put this into perspective, $34.4 trillion market cap. Okay. Silver is at 5.5 trillion. Silver has added, I think gold in the last 2 weeks has added the entire crypto market cap in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Insane.
Silver at 5.5 trillion. So my point here, I guess, is that it doesn't take much of a rotation at all for crypto to go crazy. And that's how early we are in this. Now, will that happen? I mean, look, gold and silver have been running like crazy. The charts, if you look at them, it looks like a blow off top on an asset of that size is insane. Stock market at all-time highs. We're seeing Russell 2000 now showing, like, you know, that risk is coming back. What's underperformed? Like, professional investors are going to rotate at some point to an extent. What's the asymmetric bid here? You know, what's not overvalued? I mean, crypto, obviously 1010 crushed crypto, but I would argue that like it has to look a little bit attractive from a risk reward standpoint for somewhat of a rotation. I'm not saying that we're going to see like a lot of
majors. At least the majors.
At least the majors. And the majors then flow into, you know, alts to an extent. So I think that crypto is going to catch a bid. But, you know, it's a matter of, is it going to flow through all the way to alts this year or not? I still think that DePIN and some of these projects we're talking about, when you look at like robotics, and you look at 375 AI with like data collection that's going to feed AI models. Some of the best investors I've spoken to in the last, you know, couple of weeks, like not in crypto, like TradFi people, they're all looking at private investments into robotics right now. And they're like, that's where all the money's going. We've got a lot of crossover here with robotics and DePIN. You know, some of the projects all of us have talked, you know, very highly about. And to me, I think that's something that's going to attract capital. It doesn't need to. Some of the projects we're looking at don't need to have a lot of a capital come in to have a major move. I mean, they're low caps. And I think that like something like 375 AI, Rover, something that's collecting new and fresh data, that's the other thing people are going to realize is like these AI models are going to need a lot of data. I mean, that's what it is. Like they've already sifted through, they've scraped the data on the internet. They're going to need fresh data, new data sets. So I think that there is in DePIN a lot of crossover with where the money's going in Web 2. And I think there's going to be somewhat of a rotation. And I think the fact that we're seeing risk appetite coming back is a really good thing. The question is to what extent, but I remain very, very bullish in the coming years. Oh, I was in a space earlier, and sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, but
You're fine.
One of my buddies who I went to college with, who was telling me about Bitcoin like back in the day, back when it was under $10. And we thought he was crazy. I wish I had listened to him. But he has a crypto hedge fund, and they actually formed an entity that they were able to buy a lot of the Mt. Gox Bitcoin in the early days.
Ooh.
At a discount, because people were like, our funds are gonna be tied up for the next decade. Like, I would rather get money now. So they bought a lot of that. He told me, I was texting him last night. He said they have 95% of the Bitcoin now from the Mt. Gox settlements.
Damn, holy shit.
And I asked him,
discount too, no?
they got a big
Massive
big
discount.
back
Insane.
then a discount. So he's been at like Michael Saylor's house. He's like, Michael Saylor's just like popping fucking soda the entire time that he's hanging out over
He's
there.
all wired, just like, yeah, we're gonna get more.
Yeah, he's got some wild stories. I asked him though, I was like, what's your sentiment on crypto? Like not like looking forward. And he laid out a bunch of stuff. Actually, I have his text right here. He laid out a bunch of stuff. He was talking about how 83% of institutional investors plan to increase their digital asset allocations in 2026. He said family offices have moved from crypto experimenters to structural allocators. Now they're saying that their allocations can range 1 to 7% of their portfolios. He said Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs now hold over $115 billion. The regulatory overhang is gone. Genius Act established a federal stablecoin framework. SEC under Chairman Atkins has dismissed enforcement actions and signaled collaborative approach. He said infrastructure concerns that justified waiting, custody risk, regulatory uncertainty, operational complexity have been systematically addressed. And his whole thing was, I'm extremely bullish.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what's that time frame? Because yours might be different than ours. He said, well, in fairness, mine, he's looking at like up to 2030. He's like, mine is a longer term time frame than a lot of people in the space. And I asked him about 2026 specifically, because that's what we care about, right? He said, I think we'll have some good crypto IPOs this year, like BitGo, Kraken, Grayscale. And I hopefully we'll see a really good year. Nothing's for sure, but I view things much longer term, is what he said. So all that to say, if you zoom out a little bit, very bullish, guys. Like everyone says it's dead, never coming back. There's gonna be a lot of money entering this space in the coming years. Uncertainty in the short term for sure. But I think that DePIN and some of the projects we're working with are going to do very, very well, looking a little bit further out. I hope 2026 is a year where things bounce, but Quez, I think you're in a good place. 375 AI, man. They're not selling their token. They're not worried about short term. Like they're building, dude. They're heads down building.
Dude, I had I'll share some news with you guys. I had a meeting today with the folks from Solana Foundation. They were fucking geeked about what we're building. It's like
proud of it too. I bet they're just like, wait, it's on Solana. Oh my god.
That's what I mean, right? It's like so much of what's being built in crypto is just like a big nothing burger. It's a lot of wash and like
fancy words, bunch of bullshit.
Look at what we're doing. Look at all this volume or whatever, and like
all these users we have.
Right,
DAU, baby, DAU.
I guess, right? But the fact that there's outside interest, people who they don't even give a fuck that this is on Solana, and they're like, oh wow, this data is actually really compelling. Like, yeah, I didn't even tell you guys this, but I'll share it here. Like, I sent a DM to the founder of Waymo, and he actually responded to me. So like there's interest, like real interest for this data, and I guess I kind of want to expand even beyond 375, which is DePIN actually has a case for being useful to the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. Whereas like even crypto at its fundamental level also has a use case for the rest of the world. Like case in point, I was in Colombia this past weekend. I would have loved to have been able to use my money. Like literally, I needed cash, and my bank wouldn't let me take money out because I was in Colombia, and like they set a limit. And yet again, I go back to this whole notion of like my money is not actually my money because the bank is telling me what I can and can't take out. You know, so like crypto has a fundamental place in the world that is actually useful to people, the same way that I think DePIN does for many major businesses. You know, and so this whole, the Solana Foundation was very geeky because like there's this whole notion of B2B, right? Like business to business, something that's useful, something that's novel, hasn't existed before, and then now we can extrapolate even further to what Brad was talking about: robotics, AI, data collection. Like we're in a very, very early period. Like a lot of folks, I just think that we're just not mature enough. Most of the audience is maybe not mature enough to see long term what this data, what these projects are actually delivering, such that they could evaluate it on like, okay, like sure, maybe tokens down recently, but what is this going to look like by 2030?
Well, to both your points, I mean, like people just can't zoom out. Right? People have a problem zooming out. They can't look at the bigger picture. They can't see the forest past the trees. Like there's the tree in front of them that's saying, oh my God, it's all red. We're fucked. We're dead. And it's like, that's not necessarily the case, bro. There's a lot of room to grow here. I mean, that's honestly why I've plowed so much capital into 375 AI and Alki. It's like, I just think those are my two most bullish plays outside of like Silencio and GeoNet, of course. And there's like a lot out there that I'm bullish on, but it's just like it just makes sense to me. I see that 2030 picture that Brad's friend was talking about, and I'm like, well, is the future going to be more technological or less? It's like, I mean, if we're less technological, that means a war happened and we're all dead.
And
so it's like, and then it won't matter. Then like none of this will matter. That's fine. But if I'm right, we're more technological. There's more AI. There's more robotics. Like. Then all the stuff that we're talking about and that we're involved with will do really well. It's like, okay, so there's the two options here. Yeah. Either we're all dead or this thing does really well.
I just want to go on the record here. And again, I can't say what I want to say about my own company, but I can say it about Alki. So maybe you could extrapolate how I feel. But like Alki is underpriced all the way until $1. It's probably even underpriced up until $10. So like, what these people are doing is very novel. Very impressive. People are restructuring their entire businesses around the technology that's being built, and that's not by accident. You're not a $13 billion a year producing business, and you say suddenly, "Hey, let's just change our entire infrastructure to support this technology." That's not a little rinky-dinky whatever thing.
Yeah, so, you're good, Brad.
Got it.
Yeah, I got to roll. I will say I'm editing my interview with Nils right now from Alki. I did it Sunday, dude. It's gonna be so good. And one thing that Mike Legitimate said is we tried to do this the Web 2 way and we couldn't. He's like, we had to do it the DePIN way. And it's the only way we could have done what we've done. So I'll leave you all with that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Enjoy
that's
your day.
A really good thing to leave off on because that's like
Brad.
The conversation, right? Yeah. Is that what we're talking about now is there are actual business models which cannot be accomplished without DePIN being a reality.
Yeah.
I watched the first maybe like 10 minutes or so of Brad's interview with Mike Horton, which by the way, guys, like if you're not following DePIN Connection, I mean, just giving you some.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Huh?
What are you doing?
You're missing out on some of like the best content in crypto, DePIN, whatever. So like, highly recommend. But I mean, yeah, just in those first 10 minutes, I actually know exactly what he's referring to because Mike Horton himself, like we did try to make this work without needing to touch crypto at all. But the fact is that we needed a DePIN model in order to scale. And the fact that they've even hit their goal of having about 20,000 nodes, up and running in the world, and now they're able to support several major businesses, particularly in agriculture, logistics, and beyond. Robotics, also, by the way. I just think it's more evidence that there is something here. This is working. This is like people are placing their bets accordingly. And again, the market. What is it? It's like, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Right? It's like, I just think that I could stay rational. I can have my conviction longer than the market can stay irrational.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the same boat. It's like, and I'll be like completely transparent with this. Like, you know, there's a, I don't want to say sizable, but like I have some capital coming my way, and I am actually I'm already like delegating that capital mentally and like on paper and going like, okay, like, you know, what can I do with this? And a large portion of it's going to eat Aoki, Geo, you know, all these investments because I'm that bullish on it. And guess what? Again, if I'm wrong, like I'll be dead anyway. So it doesn't matter. Like that's my thought process. It's like, okay, if I'm wrong, like this shit fell through, cool. We're fighting with sticks and stones at that point. The whole world's over. But it's like it looks like Fallout. Let's hope it looks like Fallout because that'd be sick. But anyways, I'm extremely bullish, of course. Also, Nadix. I wanted to point out something with Nadix that came out today or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Or no, actually, the interview from Proof of Coverage came out today. But they just actually struck a deal with Vallejo, which is like the largest OEM manufacturer, like car parts manufacturer in the world. One of them. They have partnerships with a ton of automotive industries or businesses. So I think it's massive. That just tells me that this data, you know, it further reinforces my knowledge that this data is like, it's going to be needed. It's very important. Like, you know, speaking of GeoNet, speaking of Nadix, speaking of Aoki, Eat, all this stuff, like this data is not like nothing. It's not breadcrumbs. It's like, it's the whole, you know, kebab. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I did see that. That was, again, more evidence that other people outside of our industry that don't give a single fuck about crypto are saying the product or service that's being produced by this network is of value to me. I want to partner. I want to use it. And again, that's just evidence to where our convictions are placed and where our bets are placed. So, yeah, I mean, guys, for all the audience members that are out there, I know maybe we sound like we're beating a dead horse, but I mean, Aoki, I want to say Eat, but whatever. I work there, so I'll let somebody else do that on behalf.
Yeah, Eat's going down only. Fuck that. No, I'm done.
Whatever, down only. Fuck them all. GeoNet, Rover.
Oh, Rover too. Yeah.
I mean, like we got tons. Again, I know people feel a certain way about HiveMapper. I mean, you
can't deny that it's desired. The data that they're collecting is desired. They have the customers, they have the partnerships. The thing with HiveMapper, and we talked about the tokenomics already, like you talked about being a dead horse. I think they suffer from that dilution problem. The same thing with Helium. Where it's like Helium is making money, like is a obviously working protocol, working network, but they suffer from the sins of the past. You know, like the sins of the past have come to like fuck you over now in the modern day, and it's kind of like we have to wait it out. It's like weathering the storm. We have to weather the storm, and it might not make sense to hold it, might not make sense to buy it, might not make sense to deploy. But like if you're bullish, remotely bullish on that sector, you know, regarding HiveMapper as well as Helium, any of these sectors really, and you can again see the forest past the trees, I think you'll make a case for holding at least a portion of these tokens. Maybe I don't know, but you know, and I'm human too, guys. Like we talked about before the stream here, where I was having a fucking existential crisis. I still am. Probably I'm going to talk to my wife about it tonight. She's going to be like, I overheard you talking about all this stuff because the walls are so dirt thin in my house. But I was basically, you know, going through the motions of like, you know, am I still confident in this industry? And I am. Like I love the people I've met, the connections I've made, you know, Brian here, Quez here, Brad, Tyler, as well as the teams we've talked about. And I'm very bullish on those people, you know, but obviously, you know, I'm still human, and token price and seeing the red does affect me. It affects all of us. So my piece of advice for y'all is, you know, just, and I say this on Spaces a lot, but just double down. Like you just sit down logically and objectively and, you know, double check your biases, double check your theses, and go like, is this thing still the thing I thought it was? You know, is like, do all the check boxes, are they marked? Are they all still greenlit? Are we still good to go? Besides the price action, besides the sentiment, put all that aside and like look at the actual business, the team, the industry, the sector, you know, the forward-looking projections, and remove all the bullshit. Like, just get all the bullshit out of your head. And I have to do that all the time, guys. Like, I'm just human, and I get my head gets filled with fucking bullshit all the time. So I feel your pain. I feel your pain. HiveMapper gave employees way too many tokens. Decrypto way. Yes, I do. I remember Brad talking about this at some point, I believe. And that's what a lot of projects suffer from, is that they gave away way too many tokens to way too many parties, like
Can't relate.
way early on. Can't relate. Exactly. Can't relate for the from the EAT perspective there, which I'm happy to say. But yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, like a lot of these projects had to grow really fast. They had to build up that supply to get the demand. And so a way to do that is just to give people a bunch of, equity. And in this case, it's just tokens. It's not really
Well, they have
equity,
no
but-
money. They got to pay you somehow, right?
Exactly. Tokens, magic internet money. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I agree. What was it? The crypto way? The crypto way?
Yeah, that's our quant right there. That's Brad's quant.
oh, he's
It's
the
the-
guy we all need to make friends with.
Yeah. He's got Crypto Way's got apparently a Discord server. I don't know if it's his or he's a part of it, but like send the invite, dog. I'm trying to
Yeah, what
Yeah.
the hell, dude? What the hell? I need some quant
Like,
action.
we need the
Yeah.
quant
For
info.
real.
I need
Yeah,
to
and-
know.
Again, to Brad's point too, I want to point out that a lot of these, like to his friend's point, to his institutional investor friend's point. I mean, I think the major L1s are fine here. I think that Bitcoin's fine. I think Ethereum's fine. I think the Solana's fine. I think that to a degree as well. Where it starts getting kind of iffy is things like, and I love Avalanche, but damn, it's rough right now. Like that's where you start kind of going down the risk curve, where it's like, oh, like Avalanche, Sui. I mean, I'm not even going to mention Cardano. I keep cracking jokes about Cardano, but like, I mean, come on, guys. Like, it made $600 in the last 24 hours, and it's a $13 billion chain.
One more L1. Just
one more L1, exactly.
L1.
So it's really tough to justify like including all, because there's only so much money, right? So it's like when you have these majors, they're called, like as we call them, blue chips. I think they'll be fine in the long run. Honestly, I think Bitcoin's gonna be a really cool asset class into its own, where it's maybe not a store of value like we think it's going to be, but maybe it's like just the global liquidity index that everyone follows, and everyone trades accordingly. It could be a number of things, of course. I can't fucking see the future, unfortunately, but I think overall our industry, crypto industry, is going to be fine. It's a gay club. It's a gay club.
It's like now we definitely want access.
Well, now we need access. Come on, the crypto way. Like now we need access. Honey, I'm joining the gay club.
Nice.
I'm gonna
What?
clip that. I'm gonna clip that
Again?
Your girlfriend's listening. She's like, I knew it. It's like, I knew it.
Wow.
He keeps talking about eating. He keeps talking about all this eat stuff. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Eat token. What's he doing? He's eating tokens. Sounds like some gay thing.
Yo,
And we get canceled. There we
We're
go.
not
We're
canceled.
No,
We're on
no,
X, bitch. We're on X. We're not canceled. Come on, we can't get canceled for that.
Story.
We can't get canceled unless we like threaten to kill someone. Like we're not gonna fucking get canceled.
That
Bro.
shit doesn't mean anything anymore. So,
Thank you, Elon. We love you. Thank you,
Yeah. Shout out to
Nikita. Shout out Nikita. What's up, dude? Push us up in that algo. Wait, Brian, is your camera following you? Oh,
Yeah, it
God,
does.
so cringe, bro.
I'm a little
turn it
extra.
off.
I'm
It's
so sorry.
Cringe, bro.
I really
Last
should.
gangster. Don't stop
Hey,
that.
what's up?
What's up?
Good night.
Good night. You want
Oh.
to talk to the guys?
Yeah.
He's like,
hell
heck yeah. This is the future
Oh,
crypto.
no curse words, no
This is the
curse
future crypto investors, guys. This is the future crypto liquidity.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, what's going on?
How you
Hi.
doing? Good. I'm
Good.
glad. Are you about to go to sleep?
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you tired? Did you have a long day today?
Yeah.
I feel you. I had a long day too. Hey, listen. Do you like Hot Wheels? Yeah, you like
Yeah.
Hot Wheels? Here, let me show you something. You see this? I just got it. I just got it the other day. What do you
Whoa.
think? Do you like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you tell your dad
Yeah.
the next when I see him, I'm gonna give you one just like this, okay? All right,
Okay.
cool. What's your name?
Oliver.
Oliver. Wow. Oliver, you're handsome just like your dad, man.
Yeah, man. Your dad's awesome. Your dad's so cool,
We love
Oliver.
your
And you're
dad.
cool
Your dad
too.
is awesome.
Because your dad's just so cool, man.
All right, so tell your dad you love him and
Yeah.
and you enjoy your night, okay, Oliver?
Get to bed, man. Enjoy your night.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Dude, Quest, you're about to like make me fucking tear up, dude. Why are you doing this right now? You fucking asshole.
Why?
That was just beautiful. That was a beautiful thing, dude. I'm about to be a fucking dad.
Beautiful.
And that was so cool.
Dude, I
You got an Uncle
Yeah,
Quez for your baby.
I want to be a dad.
Hit me in the feels,
so
dude. Fuck you,
fucking
Quez.
bad.
Ah!
I don't. I'm not an envious person, but like that is the thing I want the most on this planet.
You know what Quez just did for your son, Brian?
Yeah, promised him a car.
Yeah, he promised him some Hot Wheels, dude. That's
I
huge
got
for a
tons of
kid.
them,
That's
dude. I got
huge.
tons of cars.
He just
Oh,
bought that thing
he'll-
too, and Quez is like, you know what? Fuck it. I just bought this thing. I want it.
He'll
So
rip
bad.
that thing open before you even know it.
Well, that's the thing.
No.
Wait, stop. First of all, that's Brian. You think I'm new to this and not true to this, my guy? I already got one open.
Oh,
Oh.
Two of them.
You had two, bitch. It
Man.
didn't fucking matter. Fuck you, Quez. You had
Where's
an
your
extra
head
one,
at,
dude.
bro?
That doesn't
Get
count.
your head in the game.
That
There you
doesn't
go,
count,
man.
Quez. Your goodwill doesn't count there.
you gotta
Yeah,
buy
I'm-
two so
I'm-
you can open at least one of them. You know,
Yeah,
you're good.
exactly. Come on, man. I'm rolling.
How much did you pay for those? I'm curious.
Dude, a ridiculous amount. I got this at an airport, honestly, but I've
They're
never seen them.
expensive.
No, if you buy them at like a Target or a Walmart or whatever, $1, whatever, not a big deal. At an airport, $5 fucking, man. Straight up rip off.
True story.
E-token for that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway,
He says, the Crypto Way says, so when is GSR going to pump EAT?
Probably as soon as he sees this video, that's for sure. No, I'm just kidding. He probably won't. But
Wait, who's GSR? I'm confused.
GSR is the greatest trader of all time in crypto.
Wait, I think I know who that is, actually.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm dumb.
I'm pretty sure it's like I forget his handle. What is it, like Crypto GSR or something like that?
in 17 months, because that's when my unlocks happen. Just saying.
No, that's not what it is. I forget what his handle is, but he's a closed profile.
Ooh, I was looking up GSR, but I found this tweet. I'm going to share my screen here. Hang on. I like this tweet. I like this. This is a good one. Here, let's zoom in. Let's go here, share my screen. Bam. I'm on Perplexity now, so I have to like get used to the differences. So it's taking me a while. Good old comment. Here we go. You guys see this?
Nope. There you go. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. So I buy Alki every month because it's clearly undervalued. Most
Yeah.
VCs are still holding and aren't even in profit right now. Same boat as holders. That means no one is dumping on you. Focus is clear. Get profitable. They're nearly there. Once that happens, you're looking at token buybacks plus supply pressure. That's usually where the money is made. It's coming.
I just bought some.
Same.
Literally,
I'm
I
buying way more. I am buying a lot more for
forget
sure.
whether I just bought EAT or I bought Alki.
I bought both today, especially on this dip. I mean, EAT dropped 12% today.
Yeah, crazy.
I know. Yeah, it's like criminally like underpriced
Yeah,
right
here's
now.
here. I'll share this tab instead. You should
Golly,
be able to see this.
criminally underpriced.
Yeah,
I
here.
literally just bought. So
Yeah, look at that. Nice, massive red wick. We can zoom in here.
4.87 million market cap right now is insane.
Yeah.
below
Alki's
5
market
million.
cap's like 25, which is still insane. So
Yeah, and we're talking about these industries in terms of revenue bringing over 100 million a year. You know, and that's like,
Sorry.
I don't want to call it modest. Like it's a big goal, right? And there's certainly a lot to prove, but you know, 9-figure businesses, $100 million, like they're not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't-
like
yeah,
like
it
look
doesn't
at
take a
Alki
lot
here,
to
like
make a lot
undervalued,
with
bro.
That much pressure.
Like
Yeah.
how down this is. Like from where we've seen it before. Like it just makes so much sense to buy it here to me. Like even though like those are my technical indicators. This is something called Ichimoku Cloud that I use to trade on long-term time horizons. So like typically if you're below the cloud and you see this blue line cross the red line, it's super bearish. So like it just means like more pain ahead pretty much. But something like really indicative here on technicals is like the cloud is tightening up on the forward-looking side here on the front. So that means that the bearish momentum is like dying out. So like
Yeah.
it's slowing down, meaning we're probably going to flip green here pretty soon, which is super. Well, it's not super bullish, but it's pretty bullish. And then once this price action breaks out of the cloud here, and now that the cloud's thinner, it's much easier for it to do so. You have a lot more bullish momentum that's probably going to hit here. Just FYI for anyone who's a trader like me. I also do long-term investing and trading. So hit up my my spaces every single day on Wolf Crypto. Bam, there's a
Nice.
shill.
Animal. Yo, guys, any additional takes that we want to, you know, break off to the people so that they can take home and think about before we?
Yeah, I mean, I guess from the deployer perspective, as well as just my personal convictions of I mentioned it today, I'm just human, but I've been tested a lot recently, and the boys here had to remind me that there's a lot more important things in life, and always be praising God, and be thankful that you get to wake up again. We get to wake up and enjoy another day and spend time with the family. So be sure to be touching grass and enjoying your life, enjoying your friends and family. Don't ever forget those. Also, just on the deployer side of things, I am still deploying hotspots. I'm deploying helium hotspots. I got my XNet unit up recently. And yeah, it's trying, especially with the token prices, guys, but I still think it's worth it in the end. And I love providing that kind of service to my host completely free of charge. So it's like, I don't know, that's the way I see it, is like, hey, I'm providing a public good. Like, people get better connectivity. I make a little bit of money. Bada bing, bada boom. So don't give up on that. But that's pretty much my spiel here. Brian, you want to go?
Intensity is on a slider, right? You can change the amount of time you spend on something. You can change how much attention you're putting on something. And I think right now is a great time to reevaluate what you're doing. Just don't remove all your attention away from your bags. Keep paying attention to what's going on. Just subscribe to DePIN Digest. There's your shout
There you
out, Will. And keep up with what's going on. Check every couple of days of what's going on with your bags. Keep an eye on things. Make sure you're investing in the right things. And then whenever the time comes to adjust your attention back into what you need to do, push those sliders up and start paying more attention as the market changes.
I see this chatting, and it says, DePIN Architect says, would be awesome. You replied to my message above. I don't see your message above.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Architect, if you want to copy and paste it, I'd be happy. Yeah, we'd be happy.
Yeah, if you, so the thing I know about Twitter is if you replied to it on Twitter, it's not going to pop up on the live feed. But if you put it in the comment here, like on the live feed as a live chat, you will see it here. But I mean, I can always address it afterwards too.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm looking now. Let's see. I think I see something. I do not. No, I just see TSNs. Oh, that might be TSN actually.
Yeah, I got Jack.
Is that you, TSN? I think it is. I think DePIN Architect is TSN. He said, good stuff. Where do you see DePIN in the next 5 to 10 years? I'm just going to put a GIF here because I'm just going to reply to it now. There. That's what I'm doing. It's just Trump saying huge. I think it's going to be huge, man. I think that we've had the washout. We've had the washout. We're still having the washout. We needed it.
We honestly needed it. We just didn't want it to last for a year.
Had the suffering. The suffering's been shitty, but it's something that every industry needs to go through. And once we come out on the other side, we'll be better for it. That's pretty much as simple as I'm going to explain it. We've talked about a lot of bullish stuff here, so I don't want to keep Quez too much longer. Quez, I'm throwing it back to you.
Hey, Quez needs a break.
No, sorry guys, I'm just hungry as all. Yeah, TSN. In terms of where I'm seeing it in the next 5 to 10 years, like I don't think there's a better place to be. Again, I recommended earlier, if you didn't catch it, our one of our other co-hosts, DePIN Connection, Brad, he does spectacular interviews with tons of founders all over the space, and I mean, he gets real into the nitty gritty. And one of the most in his most recent interview that he did with GeoNet, he points out that Mike Horton, they tried to run that business, GeoNet, without touching crypto, right? Like without having to use the DePIN model. And the fact that it wasn't possible unless that model was in place, I think is evidence of the fact that there's something there. Has everything been super dandy and flower, rainbows and everything? No, it hasn't. And a big part of that is because, again, there's been a lot of fluff. There's been a lot of bullshit. There's been a lot of guys that using the narrative to try and make some short-term money. But as these two brilliant gentlemen pointed out, like that's all getting washed out. There's going to be several companies, several organizations that, you'll see them posting about the revenue that they're making, the clientele that they're signing, the problems that they're solving, And when you start to see more of this B2B adoption, right, where other businesses start leveraging the services and products that are being provided by a DePIN network, and thereby the revenue that comes as a result of purchasing that, that's when you're going to start to feel a lot more credibility. And if you don't have the confidence in them right now, at that point, I think the price action that you'll see on the token will reflect the confidence that other people have, especially the individuals that are purchasing that service. So, 5 to 10 years from now, I think there's going to be several organizations that are doing really, really specific stuff that could have only been possible via DePIN. And the fact that you at this point in time have the opportunity to be an investor and an owner and participant, whatever, in some of those networks, you'll look back 5 to 10 years and you'll say, like, thank God I did. Thank God that I had that opportunity. I'm not here to tell you what to invest in or what I think is worthwhile. I just think there's a few things that are kind of aligned with my thesis of where the world's going. And that's where I'm placing my capital personally. But if you want to check out more, I mean, definitely follow us and participate in our comments here, because we have these discussions every week. So my closing take is effectively that. I mean, stay in touch with the DePIN Happy Hour. We always have good drinks, good vibes, and more important than anything, good conversations. So, gentlemen, always
And
And
friendship.
friendship, just like an anime.
Power of
The power of
friendship.
friendship.
Yeah. That makes us unstoppable. So
It does make
Nice.
us unstoppable. Every anime has like predicted that power of friendship is ultimate. So
indeed.
we have each
That's right.
other. But yeah, good
All right,
night, everyone. Thank you so much. Tune in next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. for another DePIN Happy Hour. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you've had fun. We'll see you guys then. Enjoy your weekend.